Leyendecker sent an email to some officials telling them he planned to hold a town hall with Dominion's customers soon. Election officials in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Missouri, and Wisconsin said they were waiting for more information but didn't expect changes from the new company. Michael Segrist, the township clerk in Canton, Michigan, said he considers No Inc. a quality company and has full confidence in Leyendecker and Liberty Vote. But the Democratic clerk said he worries that the company was promoting its Republican ties and could inadvertently raise suspicions about it among some liberal voters. "It'd be nicer to go back to the nonpartisan election administration," he said. And that the truth kind of stood for itself, and it didn't need marketing and branding and to participate in the culture war to resonate with certain people. But that's not the world we live in now, so I understand what they're doing. Those who have called for banning voting machines were not swayed by the new owner's marketing efforts. It's like everybody is supposed to be okay because it's a conservative and he's a Republican? "Are you kidding me?" said Mike Lindell, the MyPillow founder and longtime election skeptic who a jury in June determined had defamed a former Dominion employee. "The machines have got to go." Cleta Mitchell, one of the lawyers who helped Trump challenge his defeat 5 years ago, said she has about 50 questions about the sale of the company and how it will be operated. Patrick Byrne, the former Overstock CEO who faces a defamation lawsuit from Dominion, said in an interview on Lindell's media outlet that Dominion's technology was porous and designed to be bad. Later, on the same program, host Emerald Robinson mocked the name Liberty Vote. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Semantics. Liberty. Freedom. It's good and American. Dominion is totalitarian in nature, she said with a laugh. It's so obvious. This is what they want you to associate the new company with, freedom. Goodness. Katie Agoba contributed to this report. On one call with election officials, Leyendecker said he wanted to do the best job possible and he's fully committed to standing with us, said Denver County Clerk Paul Lopez, D. Leyendecker said he disagrees with the debunked theories that some Republicans continue to spread that claim Dominion rigged the 2020 election against Trump, Lopez said. And Leyendecker said he sometimes questioned whether he still identifies as a Republican because of some of the extreme views of the party, said Lopez, who took notes during the meeting. Trump has not weighed in on the new company, and the White House did not respond to questions for this story. Dominion's fiercest critics, including some who have been sued for defamation by Dominion, said they don't believe meaningful changes are afoot and are rallying behind the president's call to end the use of voting machines. Leyendecker didn't agree to an interview or answer detailed questions, but in a statement said his mission is to ensure election officials and voters have reliable equipment, technology, and systems that ensure the fairness and accuracy of our elections. Dominion spent the last 5 years fighting a flood of falsehoods claiming it engineered the 2020 election for Joe Biden. After long court battles, it won defamation settlements worth $787.5 million with Fox News and $67 million with Newsmax, another conservative cable news network. It wrapped up litigation against some others without releasing details just before the sale to Leyendecker. Leyendecker and Dominion did not disclose the terms of the sale. Previously, Dominion was owned by its management and the private equity firm Staple Street Capital, which estimated Dominion's value was $80 million when it invested in it in 2018. Leyendecker is the chief executive of No Inc., which sells electronic poll books that election officials use to check in voters at polling sites and ensure they're eligible to vote and at the right location. The company he just bought is much larger and sells equipment that tallies ballots. Leyendecker held 2-hour-long video calls with Lopez and dozens of election officials from Colorado in the days after he announced his purchase of the company. Leyendecker is not a crazy or a denier and he wants to help counties be successful and rebuild public trust and confidence, not do anything to undermine it or undermine election officials, said Matt Crane, executive director of the Colorado County Clerks Association. In March, Trump issued an executive order aimed at decertifying some voting machines, changing mail ballot deadlines and requiring people to provide proof of citizenship when they register to vote. Courts have blocked the mail ballot and voter registration changes, and a federal commission has not implemented the directive affecting voting machines. Trump later suggested he would issue another executive order to ban mail voting and the use of voting machines, powers he does not have. In the news release announcing the change in ownership, Liberty Vote said it would focus on hand-marked paper ballots, enabling compliance with President Trump's executive order, and ensuring election security and compliance with federal standards. But Leyendecker told the Colorado election officials he personally doesn't support some of the executive orders and some of the things that have been coming from the federal government in terms of eliminating mail-in ballots, Lopez said. Leyendecker, in his statement, said he has earned the trust of Republicans and Democrats from 25 years of working on elections. I understand the unique challenges election officials face and have dedicated my career to ensuring they have the tools and support they need to effectively manage our elections, he said. Election technology companies have long operated as nonpartisan entities focused on the nuts and bolts of election administration. But after the 2020 election, Dominion, Smartmatic, and other companies found themselves having to beat back baseless and far-fetched claims. Dominion dedicated a page of its website to disprove false theories, including that its machines were connected to the internet and could be manipulated to switch votes, and that it had deep ties to the Democratic establishment. None of those theories are true. Molly Fitzpatrick, the Democratic clerk for Boulder County, said she was disappointed by the rhetoric in Liberty Vote's news release that cited Trump's executive order, but was pleased that Leyendecker was willing to talk to her and other election officials. He answered all of our questions directly and I would say satisfactorily, she said. When a Republican businessman announced this month that he had purchased a voting equipment company at the center of MAGA conspiracy theories, he rebranded the company in a way that seemed designed to appease critics who falsely claimed the 2020 election was stolen from President Donald Trump. But behind the scenes, the new owner of Dominion Voting Systems is sounding skeptical of those conspiracy theories and voicing disagreement with parts of the president's executive order that could upend how voting is conducted, according to election officials who have spoken with him. The discordant messages from the new owner reflect the near-impossible task that election technology companies are facing after a barrage of false claims from Trump and his allies resulted in damaged reputations, lost business, and threats against employees. As they head into the 2026 midterm elections, they are trying to ward off similar attacks that could hamper their ability to sell equipment and get contracts with local and state governments. At the same time, they must reassure county and state election officials that they aren't catering to baseless claims and are committed to ensuring they run fair and transparent elections. Dominion's new owner, former St. Louis elections director Scott Leyendecker, rebranded the company as Liberty Vote, gave it a star and eagle logo and decorated its website with a photo of the Washington Monument, the type of images that are often associated with MAGA-friendly companies. In a news release, the refashioned company emphasized audits, paper ballots and Trump's executive order on elections, keying in on issues important to those who insist, despite all evidence, that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump. Election officials from across the country expressed reservations about the company's rollout but said they have confidence in the Dominion equipment they have long used. Those who have talked to Leyendecker gave him positive reviews.